Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart today, guys, because we are running into some very important support on multiple time frames here, as well as Ethereum now getting a bounce from critical support and running into some short-term resistance. So I'm going to cover all of that and more in today's video. Let's get right into the analysis. So first, taking a look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, you can see that we got about a 10% pullback and exactly finding some support at the level that I talked about in yesterday's video. So what is going to happen next for Bitcoin? Well, to determine that, we do need to zoom into the 4-hour time frame, because as you can see, we traded below this support level and then actually traded a little bit above it. So what happens right here, right now in the short term, is very important for what happens next in the Bitcoin price. So the support level that you need to watch in the short term here is sitting at about 66,000 all the way to 65,500 US dollars. And in the case that we do see a further move to the downside, I would take a look at this level of support sitting at about 63,500 US dollars. And then below that, we have another huge level of support sitting right here at about 62,000 all the way down to $60,000. And as I have been saying over the last couple of videos, in the case that we do break down to this support level right here, I do expect that we get a lot of buyers to step in, so we can expect at least a little bounce from this level of support right here. However, as long as we hold this level of support right here, there is some reason to believe why we may just get a bounce from this level. And that can be seen on this 4-hour Bitcoin chart, because you can see we are just in a triangle pattern where we went all the way from the top side of the triangle to the downside of the triangle, and now might be potentially seeing a bounce from this level. Adding on top of that, you can see that right here in the RSI, the momentum indicator, you can see that we reached oversold territories because we had an RSI below 30. And usually what happens when the RSI reaches oversold territories, well, it first needs to reset a little bit back to the upside before it can then potentially move down again. And the way the RSI resets is by the price moving either to the upside or simply by consolidating sideways, because when the price is neutral, then the RSI will go to the 50 level, as when we are above the 50 level on the RSI, we are in an uptrend. And when we are below the 50 level, we are in a downtrend. But of course, nothing is guaranteed in crypto, because even right here, as you can see, we were in oversold territories for quite a while. And this can, of course, also happen to the downside. So do remember that nothing I say in my videos is financial advice. I am simply telling you what I see in the charts, and you can do with that information what you like. Now taking a look at the 1-week Bitcoin liquidation heat map, you can see that we have about $720 million worth of liquidity sitting at about $72,000. And as you know, if you watch my videos regularly, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is most liquidity on this chart. And in the case that the price does reach this price level, well, in that case, the $700 million worth of people shorting the Bitcoin price will get liquidated, meaning they lose their money on their trade. Now taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF inflows, you can see that right here, in total, we had about $40 million worth of net buying from the Bitcoin ETFs. And today is a pretty interesting day, as you can tell by Grayscale only selling 81 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin, when on average, they sell about $270 million worth. But at the same time, the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF only bought about $150 million worth of Bitcoin, when typically they buy $254 million. So does this mean that the Bitcoin ETFs are potentially losing steam? Well, we will just have to wait and see over the next couple days and weeks or so. However, in my personal opinion, I think we have just been chopping around sideways for a couple of weeks, which is obviously less interesting than what we saw before with a huge move to the upside. So because we have just been consolidating, I think people have lost a little bit of interest in buying these Bitcoin ETFs. But I do believe that once we get a big move to the upside or to the downside, we will start to see a lot more volume coming in again. And like I said earlier in the video, I think the next big Bitcoin move is this pattern right here. Because once we do see a breakout from this pattern right here, Well, in that case, the price target would be roughly $78,000. And to the downside, the price target would be about $58,000. So a massive next Bitcoin move has revealed itself. And since this is on the 4-hourly time frame, it will just take some time to play out. And I think this will ultimately happen within the next 2 weeks or so. So if you want to stay up to date with the market and don't want to miss this move to the upside or to the downside, well then do make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I upload a new video on the daily Bitcoin and Ethereum price action every single day. Now taking a look at the Ethereum price action for today, you can see that we are still in this breakout pattern to the downside. However, as I said in yesterday's video, right here we started running into some critical support, and I told you guys we may be seeing a little bit of a bounce as buyers are stepping in this range to quickly buy up that Ethereum. And after that, I told you guys that we had some important resistance right here at this Fibonacci level sitting at about 3330. And it looks that right now we are getting rejected from that exact level. So what can we expect next for the Ethereum price in the short term here? Well, first of all, you need to look at these support levels right here, sitting from about 3250 all the way down to 3150. And in the case that we don't hold this support level, we can see some more bearish price action, because the next level below that is already at $3,000 all the way down to 2850. And there are, of course, even more support levels below this level right here, but I don't think we will be seeing that before I post my next video tomorrow, so I'm not going to waste your time with it. Now, in the case that we do see a bounce from one of these levels right here, well, what can we expect in terms of resistance levels? First of all, right here, you have this big Fibonacci level sitting at about 3330. And in the case that we do break above this level, well, then the next level of resistance is sitting at about 3450 all the way up to 3550. There is one final important level of resistance right here sitting at about 3650. And same for the levels to the downside. There is, of course, more levels of resistance to the upside, but I think it is very unlikely that we see that before I post my next video tomorrow. One more thing that is noteworthy about the Ethereum chart right now is that this price target of about 3150 is currently still active in the charts. Okay, so this pattern is still active, so we could expect to see this level being reached before then going to the upside, but like I said, this is not guaranteed. It is just something that you need to keep in mind if you're looking to trade this. Also, if you haven't joined my Discord server yet, you can do it easily with the first link in the description, and I will also comment the link down below in the pinned comments. It's a great place to build and share your crypto knowledge, as well as meet like-minded individuals, regardless of if you are a complete beginner in crypto or you have already traded several bull runs. Now, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I upload a new video about the crypto news and the crypto market every single day. Like the video if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm push out this video to more people. Thank you for watching once again, and I will see you in the next one.